Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. And today, we're gonna do a review of the 2017 Camaro SS 1LE.
All right, guys. So you guys are finally saying what? Finally, I'm pretty sure we put this video up on hold for a while, and we're sorry. We just had a lot of difficulties in terms of like our video was getting too long. This is honestly like the third time we've probably recorded this or done the whole review. We'll start off with my sticker. So again, this is a 2017 Camaro SS 1SS with the 1LE package, and so here's the total price, $46,000, and here's the standard vehicle price of a 1SS. Only options I got were the 1LE package, and I'll go into more details on that. $6,500 extra. I got the performance data recorder, another $1,300, and the illuminated black bow tie emblem, another $375. So total vehicle options $81.75, and destination charge of $995 for a total $46,075. So as some of you might know, they actually already updated the front fascia and the back of this vehicle. But as far as that, as the 1LE package, now they are offering on the Turbo 4. In 2018 they added it to a CL1, but when it first came out it was just for the V6 and the 1SS. Also in 2018 they added for the 2SS. So if that was available during the time I got this one, I would have definitely gotten the 2SS for all the extra features like the heated and cooled seats, heated steering wheel, anti-fogging lights. What else does it have? Oh, the Bose speaker surround system, other little perks I can't remember, but I would have definitely gotten a 2SS over it. But anyways, here we are. So for the new refresh update, and by the way, they're refreshing it again in 2020 because I guess a lot of people didn't like the 2019 refresh. The 1LE package is actually now $7,000 instead of $6,500. But other than that, this Camaro performs the same as the new model. They didn't change anything performance wise. It's just basically the appearance for the most part of the car that they changed. So anyways, let's head right into the details here. I got a few notes here for you guys. So mine already has almost 23,000 miles. The tank size I believe is 19 gallons on this vehicle, and it's been a great car so far. I really love it. So what differentiates the 1LE package SS from a regular SS? It's the it starts off with the suspension. It's a FE4 suspension with specific tuning for the springs, and then the anti-roll bars, and also the magnetorological dampers. So it's almost pretty much the suspension from the CL1 carried over to the SS. So that's like the main component of the 1LE package. You get this front splitter here, and I already accidentally broke mine. I already purchased one, and I'll make a video on that. But you get this functional and cosmetic lower splitter. These rims are special to the SS with the 1LE package, and they still offer these rims for the refresh model. And man, I gotta say, these are like my favorite rims that they offer right now for the Camaro, and almost my favorite rims in general. I just really love the look of these rims. I didn't think they were gonna be able to outdo the rims from the previous 1LE. But yeah, as you can see, you get the 6-piston front Brembo brakes here, calipers with 14-inch front discs, and the tires up front are 285s. And in the back here you get the 4-piston Brembo brakes, and these are 13.3-inch rear discs. And here in the back the tires are actually 305s, and the set's the Goodyear Eagle F1 Supercar 3 tires. And these tires are really awesome for street driving, track driving. They stick to the ground, they stick to the pavement once they're really warmed up. And the first set lasted me about 14,500 miles, and so right now I'm at 23,000. So I still got like good thread life, maybe another 4,000 or 5,000 miles on these. And you can, if you wait for rebates and sales, you can get them for as low as like 1,100-1,200 for the whole set. You also get the the 3-piece blade spoiler back here with the 1 LE package, and this is standard on the Turbo 4, the V6. The only car that gets a special spoiler is the CL1 with the 1 LE package. You do get coolers for the engine, the transmission, and the differentials, and so this won't heat up on you on the track. This is an SS ready for the track. What else? Let's see. So mine's a little different from a stock one. I've changed a couple of things, custom plates. 1 LE packages do come standard with the dual mode exhaust, so you get 2 on each side. A regular SS, you gotta pay I think $900 for the dual mode exhaust. I swapped out the rear reflectors, the brake lights, and the third brake light. I got the clear black GM parts. Swapped out the side reflectors, and the rims were actually like grayish, dark gray. I got them powder coated in satin black. Changed out the gas door, added the side rockers. Other things that come with the 1 LE is the wrapped side view mirrors and the wrapped hood. It actually got the hood re-wrapped because it used to be like a matte black, now it's like a satin black, so it matches closer to the pieces. And I changed the side batches. That's one thing I don't like about Chevy is their batching. Their batches they don't make them look that special, so every trim level has pretty much the same side batch, which I do not like. And up here I changed the front grille. As you can see, that's the 50th anniversary style grille. I swapped that out, and yeah, but that's pretty much for the outside of the Camaro. And in my opinion, it's the best looking out of the 3 between the Challenger, Mustang, and this car. And of course I'm being biased, but in my opinion, I just think it looks the most aggressive out of all 3 and the most stylish and sportier. It just looks very menacing to me, and I feel like the Challenger and the Mustang are tame compared to this look. Alright, I'm gonna show you guys under the hood real quick. So the SS model does come with the V8, and to be specific, it is a 6.2 liter pushrod engine. Delivers 455 horsepower at 6,000 RPM and 455 pound-feet of torque at 4,400 RPM. So it definitely has power. The only modification I've done under the hood is the cold air intake, and this is the one by GM because it's legal here in California due to the emissions. So I had to go with this one, and it doesn't void your warranty as well. But I believe it's just for the noise. Maybe it was just me, but I did feel a little bit of difference. We have a video on that if you guys want to watch it. But other than that, yeah, let me turn it on for you guys real quick. You guys can hear. I'll do a couple of reps for you guys. So yeah, as you guys can hear, sounds really nice thanks to the dual mode exhaust, and definitely has more than enough power that you need for the streets. And I'll go over more details about how it drives and the power delivery of this vehicle. Okay, so I'm gonna start showing you guys the interior. Here's the trunk, and it looks pretty small, especially the opening. I was actually able to squeeze in here, but it was a lot of effort. For a sports car, it's actually pretty good, and you could actually fold the seats from the inside and make the space bigger. Because I actually took this car to Big Sur with my girlfriend. Sorry for the mess. And we took a lot of stuff. We were able to fit. She took her cot with the little mattress she has for it. I took my cot. I took a big canopy. We took each like a little small luggage for clothes. We took a few coolers for food. Took a little propane grill. But yeah, the back seats are really small. Unless you're like 5'4", 5'3" and under, you're gonna be really uncomfortable. And when I sit back there, I could actually sit back there with leaving my driving position up front without changing that. I could actually sit behind it, but I literally gotta have my head dug down because it's so small back there. So I would only put people like 5'3" and under back here, and even then, if they're claustrophobic, good luck with that. But other than that, the 1SS with the 1 elite package is kind of like a 1.5 SS because the back seats are actually leather, just like on the 2SS. Because on a regular 1SS without the 1 elite package, you'll get the cloth seats everywhere, front and back. So that's another thing with the 1 elite package. Got a little compartment here to put stuff in there. I had to buy these carpets. You don't get carpets in the back, unfortunately. When you buy this car, you get some black carpets, but I bought the ones with the 1 elite logo. They got a little muddy already. 1 elite package also comes standard with the Recaro seats. You got Alcantara in the middle, wrapped by leather. What else? All other stuff that's wrapped in Alcantara is the steering wheel and the shifter knob. But yeah, I'll go in the car and give you guys an impression of how it feels in here. So let's turn it on here. It is a push to start, keyless. And so here we are. We got our digital in the middle, and we still got our old school one on the sides. And I like that in case, God forbid, your digital display goes out or something. We do have electronic parking. It's engaged down and engage it pushing upwards. One thing I forgot to mention is all 1 elite packages right now, but are coming with only the 6-speed manual transmission. But I believe for 2020, for the CL1 1 elite, you can option it with a 10-speed automatic, and I think they're doing that because the GT500 it's only been offered in dual clutch automatic, but I think that's what the reason is behind it. So sitting here, the visibility is not bad, but it's not the best, but you get used to it. And actually, me personally, I ended up loving it. I think it feels like a cockpit, like a space, like a airplane in here, like one of those fighter jets. So I mean, I got used to it, and I think it's actually nice. And if you adjust your side view mirrors, you actually only have to look to the side and your side view mirror, and you'll be able to see everything. And then that back one over there, really small, but I mean, it's enough to see what's behind you. Unless they get too close to you, it's hard to judge how close they are to you. But other than that, I mean, you're either used to driving this car or not. So sitting here, these Recaro seats really hug you, and when you're taking turns and stuff, this is really good. They're really comfortable. They do not have lumbar support, but I mean, I've taken this up to Big Sur and San Francisco, and I haven't had any issues. My girlfriend hasn't complained of anything. The only complaint I have with the seats is that they don't recline far back enough. So I think they only recline up to, I think I have them reclined all the way backwards right now. Yeah, I do. And the buttons are here, electronic. And if you have a watch, good luck. And if you have a bigger wrist, good luck trying to get to those buttons on the sides here. But yeah, other than that, you got your infotainment here. You can connect your phone through Bluetooth. I'll make a video specifically on PDR, because I was telling you guys the $1,300 option. I have it on this car, and you could option the PDR on the 1 elite package cars and the CL1 without the 1 elite package, both with the 1 elite package. I think the sealed one's the only car you could option the PDR without having the 1 elite package. But yeah, you have all the buttons you need to change your volume, station. You could actually change the display over there. I could show you real quick, just due to time here. You could actually change the units. I could change them to, where is it? To metric if I want. See, kilometers per hour. And then let me change it back to US metrics. So yeah, the US is special, so we have our own units over here. But you could even change the display theme right there in the middle. You got technology. I keep it in standard. And then you got your media. Yeah, I think I like the standard one best. So yeah, then you got your oil pressure or transmission pressure and transmission temperature. You got how much fuel you got and your voltage. So I think that's my favorite one. Not only that, you could change what actually is shown at the bottom half. Navigation, phone. It's connected. Your audio, what you're listening to. Right now we're not listening to performance. G-forces. Different ways. Oil temperature. Okay, oil temperature. Oil pressure. So pretty much the same what's showing up there. Transmission fluid temperature. But I keep it here in the info. This one shows me my miles per hour, how many miles I've driven the car, trip A, trip B, fuel range with the fuel I have left. I barely got an oil change recently, so I still got your tire pressure, how long you've been driven. I reset that every time I fuel up. But yeah, inside the materials quality is not the best. And then this car, as you saw, it was $46,000. So for the price you pay, the interior is not up to par with the price. But I mean, are you gonna really be touching the materials as you're driving? So I think it's justified by the performance of this vehicle, the material quality of this car. It's not the best, but it's not bad either. And you could swap out some of the pieces. So you can swap these out for Alcantara. But yeah, other than that, I think it's a simple but sporty setup. I really like it. And I think they did a good job with the interior. Compared to the 5th gen interior, that was atrocious. This is miles better than the interior on the 5th gen. And another feature, you can change your driving mode here. Track, snow, ice, tour, sport. Tour and snow are like the tamer versions. They even quiet the exhaust by closing in the inner valves. So I usually drive in sport because it's like in between tour and track. Track stiffens the steering, the suspension, and the exhaust is the same between sport and track, to be honest. And if you like say the steering of the track, but you like the suspension setup of sport, you could actually go in here and go into driving mode. Engine sound, you could actually always have it on sport, even if you change it. If you change everything else to tour here, the exhaust will still be in sport. But if you put auto, it'll change it to whatever your main button is at. So you can actually change the suspension. So that's one of the awesome things about this car. Thanks to it getting the Seal 1 suspension and the magnetological dampers, you could actually adjust the steering depending on whether you're driving on the street or on the track. If you're driving on a little harsher roads, you might want to put it in tour mode and stuff. If you're going on a long trip, you might want to drive it in tour mode. But that's basically it for the main functions. This car does have rev match. It's manual transmission. So I use this mostly when I'm taking curves because I still don't know how to heel toe. But out here on the streets, I do my own rev matching. But other than that, you got the little compartment here. Keep all my GoPro stuff. You got 2 cup holders, decent size. There is a couple USB jacks underneath that mess. Your charger here, your vents. I don't have big complaints. A lot of people complain that, oh, you're getting air into your hands instead of your face, but I mean, it's fine. they're pretty big, so not everything will just go to your hands, and they do hit my face. Little glove box here, could fit quite a few stuff in there. But other than that, let's see how it does on the street. Alright guys, so we're gonna go ahead and give you an driving impression on the street of this vehicle. So like I'm right now, I have everything on sport mode. Like I was saying, this is the 2017 model. I got it back in December of 2016, so it's gonna be 3 years this December. I already put 23,000 miles on it. But anyways, I love how this car, the seating position and how low this car is. Like I was saying earlier, it makes me feel like I'm in a jet plane. The suspension is a little stiffer than the regular Super Sport, but I gotta say, even the streets has to be really bad for you to feel imperfections. Like, it's not uncomfortable. You'll feel the bumps and stuff on certain bad roads, but it's not like a deal breaker. Like, unless you have really bad back problems, it's not gonna be a big deal for you. And yeah, we're just gonna take it out on the streets here for a bit. Look how fast it has power. First gear is my favorite, obviously. But no matter what gear you are, almost at any gear and any speed you're in, you have enough power to pass people. And this car will get you in trouble with the law real quick. And the brakes are phenomenal. The only complaint I have is like the initial brake bite. Like, I need to step on the brakes a little harder than I should. But they stop. I think Motor Trend got from 60 to 0 stop in like 93 or 94 feet, and that anything under 100 feet 60 to 0 stop is like awesome. I think the Viper ACR holds the record for 89 feet, so you see how good this car brakes. 0 to 60 is usually done by car magazines in like 4 seconds. With this car, 4.1, and the quarter mile like 12.3. Car drivers done it in 12.3 at like 115, 116. I think Motor Trend got 12.4 or 5 at 114, 115 as well. So this car does great in a straight line and cornering abilities, but here on the streets, I used to daily drive this car all the time, and I never had any complaints. The only reason now I don't daily drive this car is I want to conserve miles, tires, kind of want to save the planet a little bit, and it does waste a lot of gas. It has a 19-gallon tank, and it's supposed to get you 25 miles per gallon on the highway and 16 on the city, for a combined total of 20 miles per gallon. See, that was a bad road right there, and I mean, it didn't feel bad at all. Train tracks, yeah, no problem. Like I said, unless you have bad back problems, it's no big issue. Anyway, so yeah, I've only averaged 15 miles per gallon in the whole time I've actually had this car. So it's a combination of LA traffic and my driving. I haven't been nowhere near the 20 miles per gallon combined for this vehicle that I'm supposed to get. So let me put it in tour for you guys. So I already feel the difference. Obviously the car's not that loud anymore, and the suspension's a little bit softer. I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't make a big difference with how soft it takes the road imperfections. But so yeah, don't get this car because, oh, I could put it in tour mode and maybe I'll be able to handle the stiffness of the suspension. No, it doesn't make that much of a difference to make But yeah, I could already tell the suspension's not as stiff. The steering's actually more loose, which actually feels pretty nice. And yes, and the exhaust is in the low setting right now. So I won't test out track here. Well, actually I will. If you guys want to have it in track mode on the streets, you can. And I already feel the difference. The steering's way tighter. I think like at faster turns, it's better for you to have this tight steering. And there you go. That bump was a little nasty, but it didn't cause me pain or anything. It just sounded loud and felt weird. But yeah, over bad bumps like that, you will feel the difference between track and tour, because those are like the two ends of the spectrum. Tour's the softest suspension, track you get the stiffest suspension. So you'll definitely feel the difference between those two. But yeah, track, I wouldn't drive it in track unless you're at the track or like on the canyon somewhere, on a good canyon, because if there's too many cracks and imperfections on the canyon, it won't be a huge improvement over sport, because this car's suspension is stiff in track that you're not gonna be able to enjoy that canyon drive on the track setting. But other than that, the cabin noise from the exhaust is kind of low. Like if I lower my windows, you'll hear the difference. But it's pretty well insulated in here. Because I've heard this car do pass by me, like somebody else has another SS, and they pass by me. I could definitely hear the difference on the outside. But yeah, it sounds way louder on the outside. Let me lower my window real quick. Well, it's really well insulated in here. Yeah, the suspension's definitely tighter. It's a nice hot day today right now. But yeah, the visibility, no issues. You get used to it. I'm driving around, it's fine. These seats are very comfortable. And this car does come with hill assist, so if you're stuck up on a hill, it'll help you. I'm not sure how it works exactly. I just know it like helps you stay on the hill without going backwards. Once you disengage the clutch and you're ready to press the gas, it'll keep you stationary. Because with a manual transmission, you're stuck out on a hill, and as soon as you let go of the clutch, as soon as you let go of the brake, and you're ready to release the clutch to go, that moment when you're releasing the clutch is kind of like you're neutral, so you're gonna go backwards, and you gotta be really good. You gotta practice that somewhere before you even, especially if you're new to driving manual transmission. Don't practice first somewhere where there's a hill and there's no cars behind you, because trust me, that could save you from bumping into someone behind you. Especially in San Francisco, the hills over there are really steep. But I think that does it for our here for driving impression. Let me see if I can hit the highway here for you guys and give you a kind of a highway impression of the car. Alright guys, so we're about to get into a highway here, just to give you a quick impression. So the Alcantara on the steering wheel, on the shifter knob, it's actually really nice. I think they did that so if you're sweating on turns and stuff, it absorbs all that sweat and stuff. But yeah, look at this. This car handles phenomenal. I'm pretty sure that was nowhere near the max capacity of this car, what it's able to handle. And I actually got on the wrong freeway I'm supposed to get on. Oh well, I'll turn around somewhere, but so much traffic right now. Alright, so we're here on the side of the highway where there's less traffic. Sorry about that. So yeah, you can put these down and reduce your visibility if you want. I'm just kidding. Actually help the sun. Put them to the side and actually retract backwards. So that's nice. You get lights. There's lights in here as well. But yeah, a lot of the highways here in Southern California are bad, but it's not a problem with this car at all, unless they're really horrible. This car does not really tramline at all. The road has to be really bad, and I mean really bad, for this car to tramline. Other than that, it's really comfortable on the highway. Here in 6th gear, the exhaust isn't obnoxious, and I mean, to catch up to traffic, even in 5th gear, you gain some good speed. I mean, this car has so much torque that almost in any gear, at any speed, you can take off pretty much. The lower the gear, the better. But yeah, I mean, on the clutch in this car is really, really smooth. I think it's a good car to teach someone to drive. Manual transmission, to be honest with you, it's one of the smoothest clutches, especially the shifting. Really soft clutch, I want to say, and the shifting's really smooth. It's like you're just cutting through butter with these. It's nice and short when you're shifting, and I mean, yeah, it has an awesome manual transmission. I believe it's a Tremec 6060. So that's one on the main advantage the Camaro manual transmission has over the Mustang. I think the Mustang's still using the MT82 or some Chinese manual transmission. They improve upon it, but I mean, come on. You could put makeup on a pig, but it's still a pig, you know. Like, they should just put a good manual transmission in that car to begin with. Why improve on something that has been giving them problems? But I mean, I guess if it's better now, it's better, but it's not a Tremec. It never will be. So that's one thing I love, that with the Camaros, the Tremec on the manual transmission. And I'm a big manual transmission guy, so it's perfect for me. And yeah, right now we have everything in sport mode here on the highway. Pretty comfortable. You get some imperfections here, but it's not a big deal, right? Is it, Angel? You don't feel them that bad in the passenger seat?
No. It's really comfortable.
Yeah. See, I goes in 4th gear and I barely stepped on it, and this car just goes. But yeah, I really recommend this car for daily driving, even, to be honest. Visibility, like on the streets, is not a big issue here on the highway. I look to the side, I look at my side view mirror. So how I set my side view mirrors up is I put them towards where I barely see the hip of the car, so everything else is the side of the car. And you set your mirrors up like that, you won't even need to move your head forward. I mean, I don't have any major complaints on this car. Besides, what would be my complaints? I really wanted that screen that goes down like on the Stingray, on the Corvettes, and you have like they have a hidden compartment behind the infotainment screen. I wanted that. I kind of wanted a manual emergency brake, and like I was saying earlier, this one's electronic, but I mean, that's not a deal breaker. And one last thing, I really wanted the 7-speed manual transmission from the Corvette, but I think they say it didn't fit or something, which I find odd because not too fast, that semi-truck there. Semi-trucks make me really nervous. It's really odd because you could fit the 10-speed auto in the Camaro, but you can't fit in the Corvette, but then you can't fit the 7-speed manual in the Camaro. You can fit in the Corvette. I don't know, that's what I remember reading. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but to me that doesn't make sense. How does one fit over the other one but not the other one? You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I do have a funny story for you guys. You know how I said you could change the exhaust mode, and you could change the steering, suspension, or exhaust individually and keep it that way, independent of the others, even if you move this button down here. A friend of my friend had his Camaro for a whole year, and my friend got on my car. He's like, your sound was way louder than my friend's. I was like, why? Does he have dual mode exhaust? He's like, yeah. Maybe it's because of the one the package he was saying. I was like, no, it's the dual mode exhaust on all SSs sound the same. And I was like, maybe he has his setting. Tell him to change his setting here to sport. And he said it was, so I don't know what the problem was. And I told him, I figured it out. So I started playing with his settings. He probably has his exhaust set to tour. And he guided his friend on that, and he opened up the inner valves because he put his exhaust on sport. And he was so happy. And it's funny because for a whole year he owned that car. He was driving his Camaro SS on tour exhaust. And his brother told him that, oh yeah, I switched it to tour mode for you so you could save gas. It was like, the exhaust sound does not have anything to do with your MPGs. I'm sorry. It basically just closes the inside valves on the inside exhaust down there, back there, and that's all it does. But yeah, right now we're heading to Turnbull Canyon, just to give you a little bit of its handling impressions when there's more turns, more curves. But yeah, no major complaints here. Highway driving, street driving. This is a sports car. You can drive. You can daily drive, and once in a while go ahead and drive it to the track. I mean, you're not compromising anything unless you really need the big trunk space in the rear seats. If you need that practicability in your life, and obviously a sports car is not right for you. But yeah, we're heading over there. I got nothing to add. I don't know if you got anything to add. But yeah, that's pretty much it here for street and highway impressions. So right now we're heading to Turnbull Canyon, and that's where we'll end our video. Alright guys, so we're here at Turnbull Canyon. I'm gonna give you a quick impression. It's gonna be short because we don't want to make the video too long for you guys. And there's some houses here in the beginning, and people come and hike, people bike here. So obviously I can't go wild on this drive. So I'm just gonna take it nice and easy. And the road's actually not the best here, but the scenic view here of this canyon road is really nice. See how narrow this looks? Like my left tire is actually hitting these little dividers, because I don't want to get too close to the right side either. But so right now I have it set up on sport, and man, every time I take this turn, it's like I feel like this is nothing for the car. So to be honest, sport mode is going to be the best for canyons like this, because the road's not the best. So I would prefer to drive through this canyon in sport. But I'll put it in track real quick, and so that stiffens up the suspension, and the steering's actually stiffer. And I'm mostly gonna be doing this canyon run in second. Yeah, like I said, I don't want to go too fast because people hike here, people bike here. I think there might even be people on horses here. So you live in Southern California and you want to take a nice, scenic, fun drive, I would recommend coming to Turnbull Canyon. Let me turn on my rev match too, since I told you guys I can't heel toe. I'll let the car do the rev matching for me. And even on track, I can tell the difference. It like inspires more confidence. Steering wheel feeling more tight actually helps. But yeah, it's awesome. I think there's more Canyon Road. I gotta make a right, I believe. And I think the speed limit's like 35. Certain spots on the turns is like 20. So I'm not gonna go too fast for you guys. stick to the ground really well. But yeah, I'm gonna actually, I already actually uploaded a point of view video here, and if you've already seen that, I went kind of slow because I had my little brother with me and I didn't want to break any laws here. So if you guys want to go, if you haven't watched it yet, you can go ahead and watch it if you want to watch the rest of this canyon run. But I think I'm gonna stop here for the impressions here for the canyon run, because I'm pretty much done talking. And all I can tell you is, if you want a car that's well balanced, good in a straight line, and really good in the turns, definitely look into this car. For $45,000, if you get it the 1SS, it's just hard to beat that value. And I can say this with confidence, this will be the performance car of the decade under $50,000. Maybe the Supra will dethrone it. I think the Supra starts at $49,000, but right now I could say with confidence this is the performance car decade of 2010 to 2020 for under $50,000. So make sure you remember that. And one thing I forgot to mention, the 1LE package is not the same across the trims. So the V6 and the Turbo 4 get the suspension from the SS. The SS 1LE gets suspension from the CO1, and the 1LE on the CO1 gets like a super mega suspension. Like, I don't even know, no other vehicle has that suspension yet. It's its own special suspension. Maybe that hints at a future C28, who knows. But yeah, that's it for this canyon run. And alright, so I actually forgot to mention a couple things before I went on the driving impression. So the SS is with the 1LE package, and also the two SS's come standard with the heads-up display. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but it's probably can. It's right there. But some cool things. The buttons are here. You could change the position of where you see it. You could like raise it or lower it. You could actually lower the brightness all the way until it disappears. But I always have it on because I do use it once in a while. You could actually change the layout. Right now it's showing your lateral G's, your miles per hour, and your RPM. But you could change it to show just your miles per hour, and you can change it to show your miles per hour and the song or your media, like what you're listening to music from, your phone, your radio, and miles per hour with the compass. But I have it at this one. This is my favorite. It's the sportiest looking one because it shows your RPM range, your lateral G's, and as well as your miles per hour. But yeah, another thing I forgot to mention during the driving impression is I have driven this car in the rain, heavy rain too. I wouldn't recommend it, especially if your highways, especially on the highway, if your highways are bad here like in Los Angeles, I honestly personally would recommend it. But if it's light rain or if your highways are decently paved and maintained, then by all means go ahead. This car is not dangerous in the rain unless you apply too much throttle. That's all on you. If you apply too much throttle, you're gonna hydroplane and wrap this car around another car or a tree. So I personally would recommend this car in the rain, as long as it's either not heavy rain or your streets and highways are well paved, and obviously your skill. Don't apply too much throttle during the rain, or else yeah, it's disaster. But let me see if I could actually show you guys this. Let me take this off, see if I could actually move in closer. So I don't know if it's hard to see it, but if you guys can see it, it's right there. But yeah, you could, like I was saying, you could change the info displayed. But yeah, it's really cool, neat feature that the Mustang does not currently share, so that's good. Well, another thing I forgot to mention, this car does have no skip shift, something like that. I forgot, one of those two, vice versa. So basically, when you're applying full throttle and you're near the red line, keep your foot on the gas and only press the clutch and shift, so you don't have to actually let go of the gas like in the other manual transmissions. You could keep your foot on the gas, just apply the clutch and change gears. And it's a really cool feature that this car has, and I think the Mustang doesn't share that either. And it'll help you get faster quarter mile times. I mean, you don't waste the time putting your foot off the gas and putting it back on after you change gears. You just keep your foot on the gas the whole time. Just make sure you apply the clutch and shift gears before you hit the red line. But yeah, other than that, I think that's pretty much it about this car. I don't think I missed anything else. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments, and when I get a chance, I'll answer you guys your questions.
Hope you guys enjoyed the video. This was a review and the Turbo Canyon run.
So yeah, thank you. I hope you guys subscribe, and I hope you like this video. We'll be working on a different car review for you guys. So the next review obviously will be a different vehicle. We're trying to get more vehicles to review, and I got a couple lined up for you guys. But yeah, drop a like, subscribe, and I hope you guys enjoyed the beautiful scenery here at Turnbull Canyon. Really beautiful day here. But on top of that, if you guys really like this front end and you guys don't like the new one, you could actually get one used for like low 30s with about 20-30,000 miles. So yeah, look into that. But hope you guys enjoy this video, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you. Alright guys, so here we are. Show you that launch control I was talking about. This street's not the best, but I like how it's clear for the most part. So to engage your launch control, switch to track mode. Over here, hit this button twice. That disengages your traction control and stability control. And I think any of these would activate launch control. Usually dry right now. And what you want to do, you gotta keep the steering wheel straight. What you do is engage your clutch, put it in first. And then you see my RPMs are holding at 3,500. But I'm not doing it. I want my RPMs. I got my RPMs to hold at 3,000. Let's see. Just let go of the clutch. And yeah, that was the first gear pull, because obviously don't want to go over the speed limit. It usually launches pretty straight, but this road's not the best. And for some reason, sometimes the launch control holds it. I'm not sure what determines where it holds the RPM at. But what I've noticed, the launch is best at like 2,500 to 3,000 RPM. That's when it launches like really good. So as you notice right now, it wanted to hold the RPMs at 3,500 for some reason. But I'll turn around and try one more time. And I'm only going up to the speed limit in this. As you can kind of tell, the car goes up to like 52 miles per hour just on first gear. So that's pretty incredible. And yeah, I haven't really looked into what people use at the drag strip, what works best for them. But I think people actually don't use the launch control. I think they even get better times using their own method. So one more here. Yeah, but this road's not the best. Keep your steering wheel straight. First gear, hold clutch, gas it up. Now it's at 3,000, and just let go of the clutch. There you go. That's how it's done. 51 miles per hour, just like this. But yeah, that's how you engage the launch control. So that one went a lot more smoothly because we launched at about 3,100 RPM. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. just use it at your own discretion, because I think if something happens while you're using that, you're not gonna get covered under warranty, I believe. I could be wrong. Let me know. But yeah, it's a launch control. I really like launch control. It seems like it makes it feel almost like the car's faster than it really is, but I know it's just in the feeling, because you're letting go of the clutch and just keeping the gas on, and the car does it for you. It's definitely a lot of fun. Let me turn around and see if I could do one more for you guys. Little brother here is scared for some reason.
No, it's not anymore.
It's not that bad,
In the
right?
beginning, I was.
It's not that bad, is it?
The one you didn't know.
I told you it's not that bad. And I don't know what this guy's doing. We gotta go wait for this guy. I'm gonna make a U-turn. Go here. And then, what is he doing? Okay. No cars coming. Perfect. No cars in either direction. Emergency brakes on.
I'm gonna put my head in the back.
I don't know why it wants to hold that 5,000. That's not good. Okay. Steering wheel straight. First gear. Clutch. Gas. Let go of the clutch. Okay, that one was rocky in the beginning, if you noticed. I think I didn't let go of the clutch fast enough, because it like stalled at like 60 miles per hour. Yeah, 52 miles per hour, all in first gear. But yeah.